Have you ever seen something online that was so funny that you just laughed your butt off? Or maybe you were told a story that was hilarious and you could not stop laughing? Hey, I'm Tina Brigley, and I'm a breakthrough results coach and head of social influence at High Performing Coach. And I love stories. I love storytelling. And if you've watched my other videos about how to create compelling stories, or I was talking about how emotions and chemicals are released during storytelling. Storytelling is a powerful tool to not only connect with your audience, but to create more clients, because people want to know, do I know you? Do I like you? Do I trust you? Do I believe you? And stories are the most incredible way to build that relationship. What I've discovered is that there's the three type of people that show up online. There are the coaches that are like, I don't quite get it. Then there's the coaches that are overly confident and they know everything. And then there are the coaches that share themselves vulnerably, share themselves in a way that draws people in, and their engagement is amazing. I would love to create a community of coaches that are all sharing their content, their stories in a powerful way that literally shakes the world, impacts the world. And I believe that it's possible. With the right tools and the right strategies, we can all be these high-performing coaches that are making an impact in the world. And storytelling is the most compelling way to do that. Now, in the other videos, I talked about dopamine and oxytocin, and today I want to tap into serotonin. Now, serotonin is the chemical that's released with laughter, with happiness, and it's also the chemical that's released that really helps people let go and be more creative and tap into that creativity. Now, I wanted to share a story with you that I thought was hilarious. Now, I don't know if you'll think it's hilarious, but I was reviewing old videos of my kids, things that I hadn't seen for four years probably. And so I was watching this video, and it was my daughter was sitting across the table, and I gave her a list of things that I wanted her to do. And she looks at the list and she's like, "What? You want me to go next door and get skipping ropes from the neighbor?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "What? You want me to put away the dishes?" "Yeah." "You want me to?" And she kept reading this list of things, right? And you could see like she was so frustrated. And then my little daughter, who's 3 years old, she walks behind her. She's wearing this, it's white, kind of frilly on the top. It's blue on the bottom. Her hair's little ringlets and curls. She walks behind her and she's like, "Yeah, Mackie, do it, or else I'm going to punch you in the face." And it was so unexpected and so random. I had to watch the video over again, and I thought, what did she just say? And this cute little girl walks over, and she is just like, "Yeah, Mackie, or I'm going to punch you in the face." And when I was taking the video, I never heard her say that. So for me, watching the video, it was hilarious. Now, sharing this story with you, you might think that's cute, or you might not think it's funny, but there is somebody who has kids who will really connect with it and be like, "That is funny. And this happened to me one time. That happened." And this is what we want to do. Now, if you're not a comedian, don't pretend that you are and try and tell things that are funny when humor doesn't come naturally to you. Like my family, they joke when I try and be funny, they laugh at me because they say, "You are just not funny." And even when people tell jokes, my team, like Ryan, Max, and Adrian, they tell jokes all the time. And I've just learned to start laughing because there's some humor that I really just don't get. But there are some things that are just really funny, and we can be funny online. So I want you to think about something that's happened to you in your life that you thought was funny, or situations that are funny. You could even find other people's content that's funny and add your own little twist or story to it, because people will connect with you when they see your humor, because it's going to release those creativity, those happiness hormones in them. And in coaching, sometimes we can be really heavy and significant. I know I can. So when we add content that's light and fluffy, and, I think of one of my clients right now who his videos are hilarious. And I go just for comic. I go to his stuff because I want the comic release. People want to feel good. We actively seek pleasure. And when we're laughing and we're happy, that's pleasurable. And we want to seek that. We want to feel it. And we get to create that in our clients by using humor. Even if you're sharing a story that is a little heavy and a little significant, I talk about, my journey of realizing I'm sitting at my computer and I'm online and I'm doing a quiz. Am I an alcoholic? Because I spent a year of my life drinking after my separation from my husband. And I thought maybe this really is a problem. And then up came a pop-up to become a health coach. But before that story, after that story, I share things about, come on now, how many times have you gone online and done mindless quizzes like, what animal am I? What color most represents my life? How screwed up is my life? So what I do is I do these Google searches, because hearing that I think that I might have a drinking problem is heavy and significant, and it releases like other chemicals that people are like, oh man, like I feel bad for you. And, the dopamine and the adrenaline and maybe those other chemicals. And then what do we do to like not make it so heavy and significant? We add a little bit of humor, and that humor releases the endorphins. It releases the endorphins and gets people back happy again. So I shared with you in another video that when we tell stories, we're activating 7 different chemicals in our brain. When we're giving information, we're only activating 2. And when we're releasing endorphins, we're allowing people to tap into their creativity and their happiness and that feel-good, pleasure-seeking chemical. Why is this important too? It's important because we're living in a world where most people have the opposite. They have high levels of cortisol, and they have a lot of anxious feelings and a lot of stress. And when we can release other chemicals in them, it gives them a sense of hope. It gives them a sense of, I can do that too. I can feel good too. It allows them to have permission to feel those things. You ever notice in life, a lot of people walk around saying, oh, I'm fine. Hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? Oh, I'm fine. And then the conversation ends. It's like people are actually not always fine. And when we share our stories, it brings them back to this whole other, these feelings, these emotions, these thoughts. They feel alive. We get to create aliveness in people by sharing our story. Now, the thought in your brain might be like, oh, I don't want to share stories like that, or I'm not really funny. Tap into a little bit of humor. And it doesn't have to be significant. It doesn't have to be a whole humor story. And you can use other people's funny content and put your twist on it. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you got value. My call to action to you is add a little bit of humor in your posts. Switch it up a little bit. If you're really serious like I am and significant sometimes, be a little playful. Be a little humorous. And that gives people space to be the same way. So thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you're not already part of our community on Facebook, How to Attract More Committed Clients, join our community. Leave me a comment. Leave us a comment. Let us know. Are you getting value? Are you taking action? Are you applying these tools to your business and your life? Because if you are, then we're serving our purpose. We're doing our job. And if you ever need support, reach out. Let's have a call and let's get you creating and making a bigger impact in the world. Because without you, we can't do this alone. We need a team of people that are out to creating the same things that we want to create, which is impact in the world, helping people to feel alive. So thank you again. I'll see you next time. Bye.